YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Jason from the Lot Talk. I'm going to break down every single MLB game for today, June 24th, 2026. So if you're ready, make sure you watch this entire video. Let's get straight into that intro.
Let's smoke the books.
The Lot Talk.
And let's get straight into it. Let's smoke the books. I'm going to break down every single game. So first game on the board is an early one, man. Games start at 12:10 Eastern time today. But even if you missed this first game because you watched this YouTube video maybe a little bit later, it's all good. There's a bunch of games later on in the day. But so you don't miss the next one, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, put that notification button. Let me know down below who your favorite plays say. Do you agree with any of my picks, or do you have some of your own? Add value to the community. I'm always here to drop knowledge. I've not been back in a long time since that New York Knicks prediction. Obviously, we cashed on that. We've been on absolute fire. I'll try to put some logos or things up here just to show our performance. MLB has been on a run, and so has the WNBA. So if you want all my plays, I did put something special in that pinned comment and description down below, so you guys can come join us. And this is my thank you for watching all my videos. So first game on the board, man. Let's talk about it. It's the Texas Rangers against the Miami Marlins. Jacob deGrom against Yuri Perez. So Jacob deGrom, if you're not familiar with baseball, he's probably one of the better pitchers I've seen. Extremely good, man. Was on the Mets. I mean, he's older, though. I will say that. He's not the ace he used to be, but I've backed him a few times, and he's done very, very well. Yuri Perez, he's been okay. I mean, he's not the best pitcher. He's solid, though, just like my description has him. I'd say deGrom's definitely at the better end. I mean, just look at some of these numbers. deGrom, excellent strikeout numbers. He doesn't have any major split differences. Maybe Yuri does. He's not as good against lefties. He may face 4 today. Not typical to have so many lefties, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'd say the starting pitching edge probably goes to Jacob deGrom. But when it comes to the bats, that's where it gets a little bit hairy, because the Rangers actually have been doing very well, but the Marlins themselves have been very tricky. If we take a look at their last game, Rangers did not get the win. They lost 4-6, but the game before that. So right now the series is tied 1-1. The Rangers obviously got their best starter, one of their best starters. I say not their best one, but one of their best starters right now. And in terms of the environment, the bullpens, I mean, I'd say both bullpens have been pretty good. I mean, they're maybe not super available. And when it comes to the environment, Miami, even though it's a hot place, I've been to the stadium. It's not weather, like the weather's not going to help the ball travel as much. But I'd say overall, what does my model like? Was it leaning towards? My model was leaning towards Yuri Perez over 4.5 strikeouts. And it's going to be, I think, around maybe how the Rangers have been hitting so far. So, first of all, when Yuri Perez has pitched at home, he's at a 27.5% K rate. That's very, very impressive. When it comes to strikeout left-handers or right-handers, even though he has a higher whip against left-handed bats, he struck out left-handed bats at a 30% clip. He's also done fairly well against his team. 23 pitching attempts, 52% carry. Obviously, small sample size. I wouldn't put too much into it, but I don't mind this play at all, man. I mean, Yuri Perez over 4.5 strikeouts. I think the Rangers, they've been striking. We look at some of their numbers. They've been striking out maybe at a lower rate, but it's not a high rate at all. It's not a big number for him to cross. Take a look at his Ks. I mean, man, he's gone over this number in every single last few of his games. But it is a tougher matchup, I will say that. So, maybe his pitch mix, some of the things that he does throw can be, conducive. But at the end of the day, my model likes that. In terms of what my model likes for the entire game, likes maybe a lower scoring game, under 8 runs. But the Rangers to edge it out in the end. I do think the Rangers are the better bats, though. But the Marlins are tricky, too. I think this game could be lower scoring. I think Yuri Perez can hold his own. But also Jacob deGrom can hold his own, obviously. But both teams do have the capacity to hit. The line is at 7.5, so it's going to be right there. I'd lean under if it goes to 7, or if it gets to an 8. I mean, under 7, I would not touch. 8 flat would be great if you could get that, but probably very juiced. All right, guys, next game on the board, we got the Chicago Cubs against the New York Mets. Javier Assad against Noah McLean. So I cannot go on over this game because it looks to be a doubleheader, if I'm not mistaken. I think this game is a doubleheader. Let's see. We'll go on. Yeah, it's a doubleheader game. I don't like touching doubleheader games for number one reason is mainly because the batting lineups can change, the pitching matchups can change. So game 1 will influence game 2. So I like skipping them. I will say though, I think the Cubs. I mean, we backed them yesterday, first 5 on the money line. blowout winner, basically almost plus money. Noah McLean's definitely the better pitcher among these two. If you were to make a play, I'd say you got to wait for the pitchers to come for the Cubs. They could have a bullpen game. It just really depends. So I don't like taking double headers. I'm going to skip that. All right, so we're going to go straight into the next game. And then that next game is the Cleveland Guardians against the Chicago White Sox. Tanner Bibee against Eric Fedde. So, you know, Tanner Bibee at one point was one of the best pitchers of the Cleveland Guardians. Maybe it's not been the case. Even when Shane Bieber was on their team, I mean, he was a very solid one. Fedde on the Cardinals was very good, but he's always had a problem with walks, and you guys can see my robot. We use robots and everything, AI, cleaning. But anyway, I think, you know, Fedde has his work cut out for him. Tough matchup for him. But I will say this, when it comes to the splits, he is a little, I mean, he's kind of equal to both, so them having more lefties or righties has not been the biggest factor. Surprisingly enough, Tanner Bibee is actually very good against left-handed starters. He will face possibly 6 to 7 here today. And, I mean, look, the White Sox have been hitting incredible, so it's going to come down to this pitching. Let's see. Well, let me take that back. So I think Tanner Bibee's been pretty good, and we look at, you know, his history against this White Sox lineup, done very well. Fedde, not been the case, not done as well. Oops, hold on. I got to go back to my dashboard real quick. Hold on. It's entering. Hold on. Have to go back down. All right, so here we go. All right, so when it comes to the pitching, though, I think Tanner Bibee's probably the better starter. Even though, like, you know, the White Sox, I mean, even though I think Fedde has a big name, he's not as good as he used to be, though. But in terms of the history, again, you can see right here, Fedde not done as well against his existing lineup. But when it comes to the bats, that's going to be the biggest question, because even last year, the Guardians' bats were not good. But the Guardians' bats have really been stepping it up. White Sox bats have kind of come down to earth. At one point, probably one of the best hitting teams. But I think they're still missing Murakami. And, you know, teams will go through cycles, right? They'll hit very well, not as well. I mean, the Guardians have been below league average, maybe hitting a little bit better recently. In terms of their last game, let's see. Guardians, I mean, this game is a pretty close spread. Let's see. Guardians, last game, they took the L. They've lost both of these games. So, not that they got one of their better starters against maybe a pitcher who I'm not too favorable, even though he has a big name. Let's see what the environment looks like. Looks to be a little bit more run conducive. White Sox bullpen is not good, so I think, you know, in the back half of this game, that could be a problem for them. But my model, what it likes the White Sox actually team total over. So let's go see what that is. Again, I don't really try to influence what my model likes. I just try to, you know, get the report and see what it likes. Runs, it likes the over, so you could probably get over 3.5 runs at a juice minus 130. I mean, let's take a look at Bibee. Maybe there's a deeper reason why it's doing that, but let's take a look at Bibee in terms of his earned runs. Let's see, he gave up 3 earned runs to Houston, good hitting lineup. Detroit did well, Texas did well, it's surprising. Then he's had some blow up games, but again, the White Sox, I mean, not really been hitting great as of late. So yeah, I mean, surprising my model likes that. It is a low number, I will say that, but again, I think the reason is because my model is projecting around 4 runs per team. So if that is the case, I mean, the over is not a bad play at all. Model also, like, the total 8.5 at a plus price. I mean, I would personally lean Guardians full game. I mean, you could do the White Sox team total if you do want to do that. But I think it's because of the favorable runs. I don't think, you know, Bibee's not been amazing to any extent. And, you know, the White Sox numbers on the season have been strong. But let's see how things go, man. I'm not super heavy on this, but it's interesting. I did not even think of doing this, but I think, you know, Guardians full game. White Sox can still possibly get to 4 runs, but, you know, the bullpen is what I'd be concerned. Even with Fedde, his walks, that's another thing I would be concerned about as well. Guys, next game on the board. This game looks to be, so these are all the early games, including that doubleheader. The next game on the board looks to be let's see, hold on, will be the Yankees game. The Detroit Tigers against the New York Yankees. Ryan Weathers and Tariq Skubal are your projected starters when it comes to the odds, right? So obviously we got Tariq Skubal on the mound. Let's see, let's pull up. Where's the Yankees game at? I don't know. I can't. Oh, there we go. Right here, 640. All right, so we have Tariq Skubal, obviously left-handed starter. He's probably one of the ace pitchers of the league. He is coming off injury. He had like some reconstructive elbow surgery, and not good. I'd say obviously if you take a look at the numbers on the season, even their history, Schoolboy's going to be the better pitcher. It's not too much for me to say there. In terms of the splits, though, I did find this interesting. So Weather's not as good against lefties. Not going to face that many lefties, though. But on the other side, Tariq Schoolboy much worse against lefties. Probably face 5 here. I believe there's still no Aaron Judge. But the Yankees still, to a certain extent, still been hitting well. If we take a look at, their last game, got 4 runs, 3 runs in the one before that. So the series is tied right now 1-1. And the Tigers got their best pitcher up there. So, the reason why I bring up Schoolboy is because we got to look at how he's been doing since his injury. So, been getting the Ks, not been going super deep. So, this is when he first came back, 4 innings, 5 innings. So, they're slowly working him back. They have his outs projected. Wow. So, they think he's going to go deep. They're going to let him go full out. So, that's why his strikeout number is pretty high. His earned runs still. But, he's been giving up the runs, man. 2 earned runs, 3 earned runs. And those were in his early games, 4 or 5. Hey, I don't know. Because the one thing is about the lineup of the Yankees, even though they don't have Judge, they still been hitting well in the season. Maybe recently not been as good. But, the Tigers not been that great either recently. I think it's a close game. What's my motto like? My motto likes Ryan Weathers on his outs. And let's go take a look at why he likes Ryan Weathers on his outs. So, his outside right now is at 17.5, so he has to basically go through 6 innings. He's done it in his last 5 games. On the season, has been averaging around 18.5 outs. Has he gone? He's even gone against his team, so that's a positive for him. I think he could do it, man. I think, in terms of like the environment, let's look at the environment. Weather looks to be run suppressive, so it's a good one for him. The Tigers have been hitting a little bit better, but I think Ryan Weathers is not the most terrible pitcher. I mean, obviously, look, if you compare him to Tariq Schoolboy, it's going to be much different. He actually has had some history, small history, though. And I think if the Yankees can keep it competitive, they'll keep him in through 6 innings, especially if they get runs on Schoolboy and he can record a win or a quality start. They're going to let him go through all 6 innings, so I don't mind it. I do think the Tigers probably win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Weathers gives up a run or 2. Both these teams can hit. Total still low. Good weather environment. I don't mind it, man. Give me Ryan Weathers, but I do think the Tigers probably pull it off. If you were to back the Tigers, I will be concerned if Tariq can actually go that deep. He has not done well even on 5 innings or part of the 6. So just FYI, he's coming off injury. He's done okay in the last 2 games he's played. But let's see how he does against the Yankees. Probably his toughest test since coming back from injury. All right, guys. Next game on the board, we have the Philadelphia Phillies against the Washington Nationals. Aaron Nola against Miles Michaelis. Phillies used to be the -130 favorite. Total set around 9.5. So I did a whole recording the other day, and I was dead set on this game on the over, and it absolutely smashed on the over. You guys want to take a look? It looks like a goddamn football score, 14-9. The Nationals, I thought at one point we were going to win. I was just kind of tracking and see how it did, and the Phillies absolutely woke up their bats. So, the big thing about the Phillies this year has been their bats have not been consistent. So they might have another chance to get some runs on this one here because Miles Michaelis, I know for sure, has not had the best history against his Phillies team. But Aaron Nola has not been a great starter either. I mean, he's strong, but he gives up walks, gives up hits. And this Nationals team can definitely hit. And the one thing about this Nationals team is they load lefties. Nola is terrible against lefties. So I'd be a little concerned if you want to. They could probably stack 6 here. There's not a big difference. He is worse against lefties. He will face 6 here. So, hey, very interesting. In terms of the batting matchup, Nationals been pretty good on the season. Low K rate. Philly's not been that great either, though. So, I think, overall, the pitching edge, I guess it goes to Nola, but I don't like it, man. Let's go take a look at just how have they done against each other. So, Phillies. On their careers, Nola has done well, but Nola's not the same pitcher, man. We want to take a look at some of his numbers. So, take a look at his game log right here. Let's see, 2 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 2 earned runs. He's got a bunch of strikeouts, but who's he got against? Mets have not been hitting the ball. Milwaukee got cracked. Winning against the Chicago White Sox got cracked. Padres, not a good hitting team. He gave up 2 runs, so he's giving 2 to 3 earned runs every game. It's not terrible. But, this Nationals team, I think, can definitely get to him. They've been hitting extremely well. Michaelis, though, he's not like, anything crazy either. It's not like he's been super safe or, far from, getting hit up as well. Take a look, all blues for him. But, in terms of this game like last game, gave 5 earned runs to the Tampa Bay Rays, who've been kind of hit or miss. I mean, they've not been too incredible. But other than that, he's had some really good wins. Seattle's not been hitting amazing. Giants have not been hitting super crazy, at least around this time. But they get cracked by the Marlins. So, I mean, can he bounce back for me from his lesser start last game? Well, let's take a look at kind of the bats. So, the Phillies, but even though they had such a great game last game, I mean, there's going to be obviously influence. The season's not done good. The Nationals have been hitting good all year and still been hitting good. So, what's my model like? It likes, wow, Miles Michael is over on his outs. I don't know if you can, because can you even bet this? Let's see, I don't even see a line for it. But, what does my model like overall, though? It does like this game to be close. Nationals, Phillies to win the entire game. My lean will be somehow, I want to back the Nationals, maybe the team total or something like that. Let's see, you get Nationals team total once again over 4.5 at plus 105. 3.5 is way too juiced. I think the Nationals can win this game. I think Miles Michaels can maybe pitch well. I think Nola could definitely give up runs. So let's say the weather environment also looks to be positive as well. So yeah, man, I just wouldn't touch the Nationals full game just because their bullpen's so bad. But yeah. Give me the Nationals on this one. Then, yeah, we're going to skip, obviously, this game. Javier Simon, this is a doubleheader, so I don't do those. And let's talk about the next game on the board. The Atlanta Braves against the San Diego Padres. Braves, the minus 130 favorite, while the Padres are the plus 120 underdogs. Martin Perez against JP Sears. But, guys, before I talk about this game, if you really could, man, if you wanted to show support, you've been liking these breakdowns, you want to see more of me, make sure you click that subscribe button, leave the notification bell. I also put something special. You want to get all our VIP plays, the actual plays I'm giving out to my clients and I'm making wagers on myself. Make sure you go to that pinned comment or the description down below. I put something special for anyone who's been watching these videos, all right? So I'm going to break down the next game in the Braves against the Padres. So Braves, Martin Perez has been pretty solid, man. I remember him on the Pirates. I think he was on the Rangers as well. The guy's a contact pitcher, and he's lucky because the Padres, this stadium is pitcher friendly. So I think he could do well in this park. JP Sears, I mean, he's done okay so far this year. I mean, I'd say these guys are probably fairly equal. No big major splits, I say. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, both pitchers have done fairly well. It's going to come down, in my opinion, to the bats. And the one thing is the Braves got back Michael Harris. I think Acuna is still out. But, the word's out. Who can hit better? I mean, the Braves have not done well, and then they did well last game in terms of at least getting runs scored. The pitching, I mean, both teams actually scored a lot. So let's take a look at how they did last game. So the Braves ended up losing that game. Padres ended up, getting the last run. I mean, it looked like the Braves are winning at one point. It was so back and forth. So, I mean, have the Braves bats come back since Mike Harris have been back? I don't know. We'll see. I think this game is dead even. Right now it's 3.4. I mean, my model likes it very close, basically a pick 'em. But my model likes the Martin Perez over 15.5 bats, and I don't dislike it because you know why? The Padres have been weak against lefties all season long, and Martin Perez has been a really good left-handed starter, man. And we see, can we still even get this line for Martin Perez over his outs? And yeah, you get over 50 minus. I mean, he's gotten 5 to parts of the 6th inning. Last game he went. Against the Brewers, he went, let's see, I don't know how many, 18 outs. So he went through the 6th inning. I think he could do it here. Again, the environment for hits for hitters not good, but it's good for pitchers. And Martin Perez, let's see, I want to see how he's done against this lineup if he's gone against them a few times. He's done okay, 78 pitching attempts, not been bad. Again, his K rate's low because he's a contact pitcher. He can't walk guys, give up chances, but the fielding for the Braves is very good. And I think he could do well here, man. So I like this play. Give me Martin Perez over his outs. In terms of who wins, I don't know. I think I lean with the Braves. Let's see. They're the favorites, I think. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit expensive just given the what my model likes. The value's probably on the Padres again. But yeah, I think Martin Perez can pitch well in this one. All right, guys. Next game on the board. We're back in Colorado. We have the Boston Red Sox against the Colorado Rockies. Ranger Suarez against Kyle Freeland. So Kyle Freeland has not been good. Ranger Suarez has been incredible this year. I think he's been one of the better starters in terms of the pitching. He's done very, very well. He doesn't have major splits at all. Home and away, he's a little bit out. He's actually been striking guys more out away. Obviously, it's a little bit different. You're playing in Colorado where the weather's is a little bit different. He's done well against this lineup. Kyle Freeland's actually done pretty well as well. But he does have one bad split against righties, and the Red Sox, he will load righties on the board against them. In terms of the lineup, hitting, Rockies have actually done very well recently against lefties, but on the season not done as well. Red Sox bats have really woken up against left-handed pitching, done very well. My model likes the Red Sox full game, but also likes Red Sox first 5 on the money line. I think Rangers was the better quality pitcher, and I think they can definitely get to Kyle Freeland as well. We look at, let's see some of the history. Let's see, take a look if we have any history between these two. Let's see. Where is this Rockies game? Oh, there you go, right here. Kyle Freeland, 31 pitches. Done okay, man. But I think Rangers Sports can hold his own, and I think Kyle Freeland can get touched up. If the Red Sox get on base, they're very good at stealing and creating run opportunities. And again, this will be should be a very high total because we're in Colorado. But let's see, Red Sox last game 5-2. It's been pretty low scoring actually. 10.5 is still the prevailing number, but the environment still again very good for runs. They will always be good for runs. But yeah, give me the Red Sox first 5 on the run line, or maybe even -1.5. I think they can even do that as well. All right, guys, we have another good one, man. This game, we're going back to my Yankees division. The Baltimore, well, again, not for both, but the Baltimore Orioles against the Los Angeles Angels. Trey Gibson against Jose Soriano. Line looks to be very close. Baltimore +110 on the money line, with the Angels being the favorite at -120. Totals at 9.5. So we go down to this game. I mean, Trey Gibson has been, surprising to me. He's been okay. Soriano's been, the Angels probably maybe his best pitcher. I think Detmers, for me, as a person who's been betting, he's been really paying off for me. But Soriano, contact pitcher, can strike guys out as well. But let's take a look, man. The one thing is, Trey Gibson does have one bad split against righties, but he's just been bad. I guess his whip has not been great anywhere. Doesn't pitch as well at home, I'd say. And then, let's see, in the K splits, for Soriano, he's been worse against lefty. He may face 5 here, so that's not good either. Overall, I think, the Angels in the season have been better bats. But, it's not been doing good recently. Neither have the Angels. Right now, my model, in terms of what it likes for this full game, it likes the Angels on the money line. I think Soriano is his better starter. Their bullpen's getting better, but Orioles' bullpen's not that good either. The environment looks to be very weather conducive. I think this game could go over too. So that's why it's very close to the 9.5 number. I think that we have for this entire game total. And I don't mind them. I think both guys can give it up. I think the Baltimore bats, however, we'll see how they do. But I think the Angels bats can maybe wake up. They have not been playing well, I'll admit. Look at this. They did get 5 runs last game, but before that, have not really been hitting shit in their game against the Orioles. So I lean Angels. I think they could win this game. I think this line is not that bad for them right here. But yeah, give me the Angels. My model does like the Angels first 5 on the money line. I don't think that's bad too, because you don't have to worry about any bullpens. I do think Soriano is the better starter. You're also at home, so you get that last frame. So if there's tied or they're down, they could rally back to get a win in the first 5. All right, next game on the board, we got the Kansas City Royals against the Tampa Bay Rays. Noah Cameron against Griffin Jax. Kansas City looks to be the underdog, +130, with the comeback on Tampa Bay as the -140 favorites. Totals at 7.5. Royals. Noah Cameron's had a shaky season start to the year. He was one of the worst pitchers you can back. So he's kind of turned it around in my opinion. Last game, the Royals bats absolutely woke up. 12 runs against the 5. Hey, gotta give him credit. But Noah Cameron, he's definitely been doing a lot better, I'd say. Let me see. The last 2, he had a bad start to his year and then kind of woke up. And then the last 2 games against, I'd say, tough opponents, the Astros and the Cardinals, not done as well. And he's not gotten deep in these games either. So we take a look at the Rays over the season, not been as good against lefties. Maybe they've been doing a little bit better. But let's take a look. I think Griffin Jax, he was a rotational pitcher. Now they're making him to a starter. He's done better as well. When we take a look at kind of the numbers, Noah Cameron's had a lot of history. Griffin Jax has done well against his team. But again, as a reliever in a lot of these games. So Griffin Jax, if we take a look, I think he's okay. Let's see. So again, these are games where he started 5 innings, 2 earned runs. The rest, he had 1 game win, 6 earned runs against the same, against the Tigers. I don't know if he's gone against Kansas City this year. I don't think so off a quick glance. But I think Cameron, this could be a decent matchup. Let's see the hitting. So Tampa Bay on the season not been hitting that well against lefties over the last 7 days. Not done as well. 2 weeks been about league average. Royals bats not done well, but hey, their last game has really woken them up. So maybe they can do well against Griffin Jacks. I think this game is close. My model likes the Rays on the full game. But what does my model like? It also likes the Kansas City first five on the money line. It likes Noah Cameron to bounce back against this Rays team. Has not been hitting that well against lefties. Money line, we get at a plus price. Let's see. And then last time he went against this Rays team, he went 3-0 last year in April. So let's see how he does here. But in terms of the first five, let's get those odds. According to my model, it likes it's the plus 120. Let's see if we still get that line. Yeah, you still get it at plus 120 on BetMGM. So, yeah, I don't mind. I think Noah Cameron can be serviceable. I think maybe these Royals bats can wake back up and get another victory here. All right, guys, let's see how many more games we have left. We have a few more games left. So you've been with me this long, man. I really want to say thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate all the love and support. Let's talk about this next game on the board. We got the Seattle Mariners against the San Diego Padres. The Mariners are the plus 102 underdog, while the Pirates are the favorite. Brian Wu and Braxton Ashcraft are your projected stars. Hey, man, look, I'll say this. They're giving a lot of credit to Braxton Ashcraft. I've been backing him. I've given him out a bunch of times. And now I think the markets recognize how good this kid really is. But Brian Wu's also good. Maybe he's not had, the best season so far compared to previous seasons where he's been pretty much untouchable, Cy Young candidate, all of the like. I like Brian Wu. I think he's good. But, man, Ashcraft has been incredible this year. So we take a look. I mean, look, he's had one blow-up game, 6 earned runs against the Atlanta Braves. But Atlanta Braves were absolutely hitting on fire. Other than that, he's been pretty much untouchable. He had one game against the Phillies, but he's done very well, man. I think that's the reason why they give him so much credit. On the other side, Brian Wu, he's given some hard hits, but he's had games where he shut guys down. But he did get cracked out in his last game on the road against the Orioles. When he came back home, got right. But the last two road games has not been good. And if we take a look at some of his splits, his home and away splits, look, it's almost like it's a major difference home and away. So I don't know, man. Is this price right? I think it's going to come down to one thing. I think it's clear both pitchers are good. Brian Wu's not as good on the road. It's going to come down to the bats. And these Pittsburgh bats have been good, right? We take a look at let's see, the last game. I actually don't know who won. Let's see, last game, they beat Pittsburgh. All right, so 1-0 the series. Pittsburgh Pirates bats have been doing fairly well. I think they're pretty much equal to the Mariners. I know for sure the bullpen. The Mariners did use a few of their arms. I think, the Pittsburgh Pirates have more arms available. And I think the Mariners have the better bullpen, but they're missing, their main guys. So what does my model like? I personally think the Pirates are going to win this game. I think, this price is there for a reason, even though Brian Wu has such a big name. And they win in the first 5 innings, man. Don't even have to worry about the bullpen. I think Braxton Ashcraft can shut these guys down. And the Pirates can get to Wu, who don't strike out a lot, are patient at the plate, and can get guys on base. So Pittsburgh had a lot of chances in their last game. They didn't execute. Let's see if they do it here. Brian Wu has been much worse on the road, and I think there's a spot where we can attack him. All right, guys, let's see. Next game on the board, we got I was just in the 6, man. So if you guys been watching me on Instagram, I was in Toronto for a bachelor party. We got the Houston Astros against the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are the minus 150 favorites at home. Mike Burrows, underdog, totals at 8.5. So Mike Burrows has not been a good pitcher. Mike Burrows has been one of the worst pitchers to start. Trey Savage has been super good. I backed him a bunch of times, and he's got me paid, man. So shout out to Trey Savage and the 6. If you've been in Toronto, man, if you've not been to Toronto, Toronto is a beautiful place. I love it. I'll definitely go back 1,050%. So I think, as we look at the pitching lineup, it's going to be favorable to Toronto. Trey Savage, he's have a big weakness against lefties, but he's going to face mainly righties. In terms of the lineup, I think the bats, they've been pretty even. The Astros have really good bats, but the Blue Jays offense has been kind of waking up. And if we go full game, look, I'll say this. Even though I had the Astros in one of the games, I bet them live. I have it on my Instagram somewhere, so you guys go take a look. I bet it live yesterday. They came back and won. Pretty good plus price. I don't think it's going to happen again, but, I will say the Astros bullpen has been doing a lot better, and the Blue Jays bullpen has been pretty good all year. So, and I think it's kind of a wash. I just think the starting pitching is better, so that's why my model likes the Blue Jays first 5 on the money line, minus 156. It's a big price to pay, but I really don't think there's any other way you want to rock this. The The only thing maybe you could do the run line if you don't want to lay the juice, which, I mean, that's totally up to you. If you do tie going into the first 5, you're going to lose. So just FYI. But, yeah, I like this. I think the starting pitching advantage is pretty big in my opinion. And I think the bats are somewhat equal with the Blue Jays. Maybe, you know, they got a little bit unlucky in their last. You want to do full game. I will not do run line. I don't like doing run lines for home teams because you don't get that last frame to maybe get a run. But maybe another way you could possibly play this game, let's see, I'm going to show you guys, is the team props. Maybe you could do runs with them, and maybe you could do like over 4.5. I don't mind that. My model, I know it doesn't, I don't think it projected them to get 5 runs, but hey, up to you. But yeah, I like the Blue Jays early. I think the starting pitching match is definitely real. All right. I'm bad. All right, guys. Let's talk about this next game. We got the Milwaukee Brewers against the Cincinnati Reds. Shane Drohan against Rhett Lauder. Milwaukee looks to be the -130 favorite on the road. Total set at 9 at American Small Park. So, let's see. So, again, look, Shane Duran's not. I mean, these pitchers have been okay. They're not the best echelon of the pitching lines that they got on either side. I think, again, it's going to come down to the lineups, and it looks like Elly De La Cruz is back, so that's a positive. They did not get the win. They still scored nothing, I believe, in their last game against the Brewers, if I take a look. So, Brewers, the last game right here. So, it's been 2-0, been very, very low scoring, man. I don't know. The bats have been weak on both sides. The bullpens on both sides have been able to hold their own. I mean, look at the grading. The Milwaukee Brewers have definitely stepped up their bullpen. I mean, I think among all things, I mean, again, the environment very batter friendly. Look, I still think we could get runs here. Totals. I mean, it's projected to get 9 runs, so I guess it's still pretty far below the 9.5 number. So I guess the under still, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna stay away from this game. My model does like though the Milwaukee Brewers first out on the money line -145. It's a big price to pay. I don't know if I personally want to lay that much juice with Shane Drohan. The Reds, though, I will say, have not been the best team against left-handed pitching this year. I mean, been terrible overall. Milwaukee's been a pretty good hitting team, so I think you want to back Milwaukee in some fashion. But, you know, just be aware, Ellie's back. Maybe they wake up in the second game. That was his first game back from his injury. So let's see. The weather environment is very good. These teams both have the capacity to hit. But, you know, on the year, I think you know, the pitching matchup, Rhett Lauder, I don't think he's better than Shane Drohan, but tough one to call. I lean with the Brewers, though. All right, next game on the board. This one's going to be goody, man. Probably the marquee game of the day. Shohei Ohtani against Joe Ryan. The Dodgers on the road against the Minnesota Twins. Dodgers, the -170 favorite on the road. Totals at 8 runs flat. All right, let's see what the model likes, man. So, obviously, Shohei Ohtani is probably the best baseball player I've ever seen. He has to, at this point, go down as one of the GOATs, man. I mean, there's no other way around it, in my opinion. But Joe Ryan, in his own light, very good as well. I think he has really good strikeout stuff, but it's going to come down to the bats, man. And the Dodgers are one of the toughest teams to bat against, whether it's strikeouts, you know, the walks they generate. I mean, Joe Ryan strikes guys out, but he can give guys walks. Minnesota's not been hitting as well. I mean, look, my model likes the Dodgers. It's good. I mean, it's always going to like the Dodgers, but I don't know. The value might be on the Minnesota Twins. This could be very close. I think Joe Ryan can maybe hold his own, but let's take a look at one thing. I want to see how they've done against each other, and Joe Ryan has not done the greatest, I'd say. Shohei Ohtani's done better, but small pitching attempts on both sides. What does my model like? Let's get straight to the point. It likes Shohei Ohtani over 17.5 outs at -120, and that's surprising. Usually they let him go super deep, but let's see why it likes that. So Shohei Ohtani, let's see, is the outline still there? So it's 6.5 Ks. Let's see, he has so many props. Let's see, over. Let's see, 17 -133. I don't mind that at all, man. I think, you know, Minnesota has been hitting very well against left-handed pitching. I mean, against right-handed pitching, but I think Shohei Ohtani can hold his own, man. He has definitely the leash to go deep into games. 91 pitching attempts. I mean, he can go. I mean, especially if they get a lead, they'll let him get that quality start and the win. So, in terms of the environment, looks to be a little bit weather conducive. So, I think that's not bad. But again, we take a look at the hitting. Minnesota's not been anything crazy, man. So, you know, they're not striking out a lot. It's one thing maybe I could give problems to Shohei Ohtani. They do force walks, but their power numbers have not been super impressive, at least recently. On the season, they're just a league average team. Let's see. I want to see maybe we have some more context on his home and away splits. Do we have anything on home and away? Yeah, he's done better away from his home field. I don't know. I like this line, man. Shohei Ohtani over on his outs. Let's do that for this play for the Dodgers. All right, so we got 2 more games left, guys. So let me close this tab real quick. And guys, if you've been liking these, you actually want to use my AI dashboard, let me know. I'm gonna try to work my hardest to make this available for use on the go for it. But let's talk about this next game. The Arizona Diamondbacks against the St. Louis Cardinals. Matthew Liberatore against Mitch Bratt, both left-handed starters. St. Louis minus 114 favorites. And let's take a look at what my model likes. So Liberatore, he's been pretty good, man. I mean, I'd say, you know, it's a solid pitcher overall. He does have a split where he's not as good against lefties. They could load up maybe 5 here in terms of, I mean, I've not seen Bratt pitch to us, so I don't know too much about him. I mean, let's take a look. All right, so Bratt obviously not faced anyone. I think he's coming from the minors. Let's go take a look. It's splits. Let's see, yeah, game logs. Been mainly, again, you know, in the minor league, so nothing impressive. In terms of Matthew Liberatore, not had good advanced numbers, but, I mean, he's given up a ton of runs, man. Look at this, 7, 4, 5. I mean, against the Royals, Twins, and Reds. Not good because the Reds have not been hitting well at all. But when it comes to the bats, I mean, I think you have to go in favor of the Cardinals. Maybe the last 2 games not been amazing, but, you know, the Diamondbacks not been good all year long, man. But my model really likes the Cardinals, man. You can see right there. It also likes the Cardinals' first 5 on the money line at minus 115. I think Liberatore's probably gonna be the better starter. Cardinals have been hitting well, and I think he get to this Diamondback starter. Not been the best against left-handed pitching though. So let's see how they do. But I think overall in the season they've been good, and let's see how this minor league pitcher does. I think Liberatore has experience. Not my favorite game, but let's go see how it works. Let's talk about this next game, though, all right? Next and the last game on the board, man, I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been watching this long. Hopefully these videos have been helpful. And let's talk about this last game, man. So last game, Gage jump against Tyler Mahle. Tyler Mahle, see, the line is minus 120 in favor of the Athletics. Giants, pretty big underdogs, man. Let's take a look. So Gage jump, I mean, he's done okay. I mean, Mahle, I backed him a few times, screwed me over. I mean, he gives up walks, gives up chances. I think he's going to come out to the bats. And the bats right here, the Giants have actually done fairly well against left-handed pitching on the year. While the Athletics, their numbers have been kind of dropping, man. So my model, it likes still the Athletics first 5 on the money line. Still thinks the Athletics can still do well. I think they think their bats can wake up. I'm not too sure. I do think that, there might be some value with Mahle, but again, Mahle, let's take a look. He's not had the best history. He does have a high strikeout rate against this team, so maybe you could look at him at his strikeouts. But overall, Tyler Mahle, I mean, he's had some big blow games. You see, 3 earned runs against the Diamondbacks, 6 earned runs. He went against them twice. That's rough. 5 earned runs against the Athletics. So he just saw this Athletics team a month ago, and it's going to be twice to see him again. Oh, it's not good. Gage jump. Let's see how he's done. So he has a bad split against lefties. Let's see how many lefties he might face today. So he might face 4 lefties here. So we'll see how that goes. But in terms of his game log, he has not faced this Giants team recently, but he's done well. I mean, for all intents and purposes, winning against a Mariners team who hits good on the road. Got hit up, went up against the Rockies, got hit up, but did well against an Angels team who I guess not been hitting well recently. And also went against the Nationals team who he didn't give up any earned runs. So very impressive. I did back him here in this game. I remember that game. So yeah, man, I think, he could do well. And guys, this is all the games for today. Hopefully it's all been helpful. If you have any questions or you want to tap in, make sure you go to that pin comment down below. And until the next one, man, I'll see ya mañana.